There is a narration of the Prophet ﷺ, when a person performs wudu, and as long as that person is not talking and is performing wudu properly, while being, conscientious, right? The narration tells us that malaika, angels come and they hold a sheet of rahmah, mercy, over the person's head for the duration of that person's wudu. I'm just giving an example to lead us into our discussion today, okay? Just an example. So as long as you're performing wudu properly and you're not talking about any worldly matter, right? You have this sheet of rahmah that is being held over your head. So a person came and asked a scholar, right? That isn't it. And now as soon as a person talks, the angels let go of that rahmah, right? So a person, you try to be really smart. And sometimes we have very smart people who think they're smart, right? Like a couple of Jummas I gave that example. There was this woman. She was known for her beauty. Very beautiful woman. So she approached a man who was known for his intellect, extremely intelligent man. And this woman says to him, "You and I should get married." She says, "You and I should get married." So he says, "Why do you say that?" So she said, "So our kids can be beautiful and pretty like me and as smart as you." The guy was an intelligent man, so he says, "But what happens if our kids end up looking like me and they become as dumb as you?" Right? So sometimes we think we're very smart, right? And it happens all the time. It happens all the time. So this person tried to be extremely intelligent, and he says, isn't it better that we talk at that time so that the rahmah comes down on us? Right? The angels let go of that sheet of rahmah, right? And all the rahmah falls on us. That's what he said. He said, "Doesn't it make sense? It's better for me to talk." Now, in which book are you going to go and find the answer to this? In which book of hadith or which book of fiqh you're actually going to get the answer to this question? Huh? You're not. So this scholar was kind of puzzled. He's like, I don't even know what to tell this person. It makes sense. Right? So he looked troubled, and there was this very righteous individual. He wasn't known for his scholarship. Right? Very righteous man, practicing the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. God-fearing person. So he just happened to mention to him, this is the question that I got, and I'm baffled. And I don't even know where to look for the answer for, some people, they ask funny questions, right? Like one time, I might have narrated this to you before, a person came to Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullahi alayhi, and he asked him, he said, what is a sign that a dog has become mature? Right? What is a sign? I mean, he's not a zoologist, right? But he came and asked him this question, and he didn't have the answer for that, right? He didn't. But he got the answer from one of the cleaners who used to clean in his locality. And from that day, he always gave the utmost respect to that person, only because he learned one thing from him. Right? This is our religion. It teaches us respect. Our entire religion is based on adab, respect. So, this man, he says to the scholar, he says, "Listen, it's very simple. Rahmah is something. Rahmah, mercy, is something. It's not something that falls on the ground. Right? When the rahmah is taken away, it goes back up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.